I know Swanee more said it, and I think you agreed with him, that perhaps there has been a change in tide amongst the Rangers fans. We've had this comment in, Scott from Andy Cairns says, we need a Rangers man in the dugout, or at least someone who knows what it's all about. He thinks we're just an ordinary club. He has no idea. In your opinion, Scott, has there been a tide change in terms of the Rangers fans towards Clement?
I think it's getting there, Daniel. I mean, I don't think it's total yet, but it's certainly getting there. No, they're on the edge now, and it has to turn very quickly for them, or there might be no way back for Philippe Clement. I mean, the guy there's talking about having a Rangers man in the dugout. I mean, there's two Rangers men in the dugout. Alec Ray and Brian Gilmer are in there. Two proper Rangers men, for wanting a better expression. Obviously, Clement has got he's got a Dutch coach and a Belgian coach that he brought in himself. They're there as well. Do they really understand the expectation, the pressure, the demands? I don't know. You'd have to say probably not at the moment. But in terms of the punters, they're getting to that point of no return, and it feels like they're just 1, 2 max bad results away for it really turning on its head. And
I actually think, Scott, I mean, I don't want to disagree with you here, but I'm not sure, I'm not sure it's going to take results now. I think that the Rangers fans have looked at this a year into the job and they see nothing about the style the team is using or is deploying. There is no style, there is no system, there is no identity to what they're doing. I think they can go and win the next 3 games 1-0. See if they're still playing this nothing brand of football. I don't think the fans are going to be won over now by a run of gritty, they dug out a 1-0. They've had enough of it. I think they've had enough of watching highly paid performers, the highly paid manager with a new contract, and yet seeing no evidence of what it is that these guys are actually doing together on the training pitch through the week. Zero. And
right.
So that's why I'm not sure 3-1-0 wins is going to turn anything around.
No, maybe not. But the contract thing's a big issue or a big problem now, because if it does turn toxic and they decide we need to get rid of him, I mean, is that a third manager they're going to end up having to keep paying for? How many years? I mean, I think they're already still paying Michael Beale and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. And listen, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but you're looking back now and thinking, why the desperation to give Clement a new contract when they did?
I think some of us said at the time, Scott, it was madness. But we understood what it was. It was John Bennett trying to say that there's a cohesion at the club. There's the leadership is all on the same hymn page, and that they were all moving forward together. And it was a sign to the players, look, this guy's staying. It was all about saying unity, cohesion. Don't worry, guys, we've got this. But it was a bad move. It was a bad move, and some of us said at the time it was actually quite ludicrous. Because I'm all for having faith in a manager, and I'm all for saying, do you know what, we're going to throw the kitchen sink at this guy because he's the guy, and he's clearly going to lead us, and it is going to be a bit of pain. It is going to be a rebuild. That's all fine if you're absolutely cast iron guaranteed, convinced that this guy is the guy. And there was no sign at that time that Philippe Clement was the guy. In fact, there was quite a lot of evidence stacking up to suggest the other was true.
And I've just put up a comment.
See the thing about the rebuild and all that, and he mentioned it there in the press conference again about needing time.
Tell Jimmy Telling.
You just exactly, but you just don't get time at the Old Firm. I keep saying this. It's like, for the start of the season, he's been talking about this project and how come October we're going to be. I said it at the start of the season when he came away with the comment at the start of the season. The wait till he sees in September, October will be a lot better. I said at the time, you could be 5-6 points behind, then the league's gone. That's exactly what's happened. Out of the Champions League, trailing badly in the league. This was the time where they were meant to kick on and they go to Kilmarnock and produce a performance like that. Rangers and Celtic cannot be project clubs. This is a unique city. It's a unique league. It's a unique situation that you're in, probably unlike anywhere else in Europe. Rangers and Celtic cannot be project clubs. I think how Philippe Clement hasn't grasped that yet, I'm not quite sure, but the time that he's asking for, you just don't get it, because as we touched on there, if it turns toxic and they lose at Pittodrie, which, let's be honest, I mean, with anybody, you wouldn't bet bad money on Rangers to win at Pittodrie currently. If that game goes against them and there's a slip-up at Hampden in the semi-final, or there's another bad result in Europe, where do they go for there? Because you can want to stick with a manager and have a long-term vision all you want. If they fans are batting the door down, they want rid of him, then he'll be gone. It's as simple as that.
Scott, it's the line in it from The Hangover. Some guys just can't handle Vegas. Some managers just can't handle Glasgow. And it swallows them up. The environment swallows them up. Yeah. And I think we're seeing evidence of this. You've got to remember, a lot was made of the fact that Philippe Clement had previously been managing at Monaco, and people saying, so, that's a big club, Monaco. There is no such thing as pressure in terms of football in Monte Carlo. The fans don't go. They don't care. Nobody cares. They're too busy worrying about their super yachts. The only pressure you feel as a manager in Monte Carlo is who's picking up the bar bill at the end of the night for 4 gin and tonics that we had in Café de Paris. That's the extent of the pressure. That's it.
There's no comparison size-wise.
No. There speaks a man that's felt that pressure himself.
Oh, mate, it's terrifying.
You took the words right out of my mouth there, Scott.